Hey there everyone, Luke here, and yes, once again, behind on Witch Watch, so that means 3 reviews back to back to back. So, without further ado, let's just get on with it. So this will be Witch Watch chapter 251, titled Bone Crisis Part 20, and yes, it's official. This arc is the longest in the series, and again, like I've been saying, who knows how long this arc is going to go on for at this point. Like, for all we know, it could go on for another 2 months and we'll be at, like, Bone Crisis Part 35 or something. Like, okay, I understand that this arc has had its highs and lows, but a few really good highs, like with Wolf's death and everything. But it should honestly be starting to wind down now. So, anyway, let's continue on. So, we have... we pick up from the ending of the last chapter where Maverick and Kirio and Ban and Miriel, they were doing that card game, and then all of a sudden, like, just comes crashing in, like, Khan and Momo, and they're all just, like, freaking out, like, oh my god, what the hell just happened? Like, what is going on here? And the crashes still continue on before Gambit starts saying, like, silence, everyone. Now's not the time. The game is good. The game is going to resume. And Kirio was like, "Hey, what are you doing there? Like, hold on right there. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Who said you could change? Members?" And yeah, there wasn't really any rule established saying that people couldn't switch out or anything. There was no rule saying that they couldn't. So yeah, this is kind of coming back to bite them in the ass, because now they have someone who's actually competent at this game because of Ban just basically ruining it for everyone. Now that Miriam's got Momo on his side, maybe he might have a chance now of stopping these two and getting out of this game alive. So as Kiriko is arguing, like, hey, this is fair. You shouldn't be cheating. You're not using the same members, and blah 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 blah. We have Mirio saying, like, oh, what do you mean? It's always been the two of us. And she's saying, like, oh, okay, yeah. You think I'm gonna be stupid? I know what's going on here. I know the player that you had right now was that tiny little dragon, and you had them with you a minute ago. And Maverick even chimes in on this, like, yeah, what do you think you're doing? Trying to be sick and everything. But Mirio's not buying this, and even though Momo just try to talk to him, he's like, it's fine, I've got this, let me handle this, because he mentions that, oh, with Momochi instead of Ban for teammates, they might actually have a chance, because he knows that Momochi is way smarter than Ban and not as easily influenced on her emotions as Ban is. So he's using this to his advantage of, yeah, maybe we will actually have a chance to actually get back at these guys for all the shit they've actually just put us through, before we finally come outside to something different than what we've had for the last few chapters. Now, I've enjoyed it to some extent, but I can understand why people have not enjoyed the card game, death game aspect, the Yu-Gi-Oh style aspect. So I can understand that why we're changing to something different as we cut to outside where we have the Dory Goliath and the manager just continuing to stomp around everywhere, being like, hey, you, are you supposed to be arguing before we have Ban and Khan just like keeping up the conversation as we go in, like, hey, are you supposed to be arguing? Like, oh, well, what's the matter? Is anything important? Sorry. Before we cut over to them saying, like, I can't do this alone, and then we see the manager just continue to stomp around everywhere, just being like, oh, I'm mighty, before they hear a noise, and then they turn around and see Khan with the most serious face that he's had in a while, and yeah, the two of them can fly, so they've got the 2 people who can actually fly working together. We see Ban finally getting into her dragon form, like her full-grown dragon form, not like the tiny cute little dragon form that always sits on Nico's head, or like the humanoid form. Full-grown dragon form Ban with Khan on her back, wielding a weapon, flying at the manager and the Dory monster with this incredible double-page spread. Like, yes, this is the moments that I've been waiting for a long time in this arc. Like, just the badass moments that I'm gonna cause some serious whoopage on people. I apologise, guys. It is freaking hot in here, so I'm gonna have to take the the dressing gown off and the hat off. Yes, it's been the dressing gown that I've been wearing in all these videos, so gonna have to take it off because it is, my god, it is hot. It is hot right now. Hot outside, hot in this room, so I just need as coolest as possible. Hopefully you can understand. But yeah, so yeah, for the rest of the reviews, it will just be this, my t-shirt, my shorts that I've got on. So yeah, it'll just be that for the rest of the video. So anyway, continuing on. Yeah, the two of them can fly. Going at the Dory manager Goliath thing, as the manager's like, the dragon's actually out here, coming at me right now. As Kara's like, man, get as close to her as possible. We need to take out the wall. Go for the head. As Ban starts shooting fire, finally using her fire against an opponent for the first time in a long time, just shooting at someone, just going all out. But as she does this, the Dory Goliath just blocks with the hand, and Khan's like, oh, good one. That cleared the path to its head. As we cut to a flashback just before all this went down, where Khan was able to talk to Mira. He's like, Mira, let me your sword, and Mira's like, okay, I don't need that in the moment. My battle is one of wits, it's not one of physical strength. So yeah, go for it. You need to take out that thing right now with Ban. Go for it. Use my sword. Use whatever you want. Just get rid of that thing. And Khan says, yeah, none of us are alone. Before we cut to a flashback with him and his father, with him being taught the way of the sword, as his father explains that Tengus have always been master swordsmen. It was the Tengu of Mount Kurama who taught the great warrior Minamoto no Yoshisusen. I apologise if I butchered that name. Don't know much about that legend, so maybe if someone could fill in the comments on the legend of Minamoto, if it's like related to Momotaro or something like that. But anyway, it goes on to explain that they'll blend sword arts and mystic arts together, infuse the key into the sword blade, and let loose a great arching slash. That's the Ashisuki style Kenjutsu ultimate technique, as that slash literally just goes flying at the manager, just basically hurts her 100%, and she's like, how dare you, apologise for that. How dare you? But Khan says, oh my god, this was just a great, and the Dory Goliath wastes no time just punching Ban, sending her and Khan flying through the air. So yeah, really solid action piece right there, with Ban and Khan coming at the Dory Goliath with the manager, slashing at them, but it's not doing anything, just leaving a glaze, leaving a flesh wound, being punched and falling from the sky. Like, really awesome action set piece. Hopefully, most likely it won't happen, but hopefully I can dream this might get shown in the anime. But based on how things are going, I don't think the anime is gonna last as long as the manga, which is a shame. Really, that we can't get like full adaptations of certain anime manga, particularly in Shonen Jump, which you'd think that would be like the guarantee. Like, if you got a weekly Shonen Jump and you were popular enough to get an anime, I feel like you would at least have that like locked in. Like, you are gonna be having a full adaptation. And yeah, as much as I'm upset that it's ended, I'm glad that Dr. Stone at least got its full adaptation. So as Khan and Ban get the composure and get back into the air, they're like, okay, that was close, Ban. You've got to make sure that you don't let that thing hit you. Before Khan admits to himself, like, damn it, I'm running on fumes here. I've only got 2 or 3 of those like swings left in me. Riding Dragonback and dodging around a 4-armed kaiju while trying to hit the weak point at his head. Yeah, talk about fantasy. Yeah, pretty much, like, he pretty much hits the nail on the head. Like, this is pretty much just a fantasy boss fight. And yeah, if you've ever played like games like Legend of Zelda or Final Fantasy, like, you know those kind of boss fights where it's like, oh, there's one specific weak spot, but you've got to get through a bunch of different obstacles to be able to hit that one weak spot. Like, my God, in Breath of the Wild, when you had to take on like the electric part of Ganon, my God, that boss was just like insanely difficult to hit at times. Like, just because it kept spinning around the battlefield, it's like, how on earth are you meant to beat that thing? Like, thank God I was able to beat it in the end. But my God, it took me a few tries. But yeah, pretty much he's saying what everyone's feeling like. This is just a boss fight, and he's determined now that more than ever to win together. Like, man, this is our chance. We're gonna fight together. This is our final boss and everything. Before we cut back to below. So now we've got like the two battles going on at the same time. We've got the battle above and the battle below. As Maverick is still arguing of like, how is this okay? How they've changed their place, so how is this actually okay? Before Gambit says, the destruction of this space was unexpected. The temporary removal of the barrier allowed outsiders to intrude. Before a question like, Team Witch, Muriel, why have you changed members? And Muriel gives his answers like, when teams were assigned, you only said that it was witches versus warlocks. The members of the teams were never specified by name. And yeah, that is actually true. Like, it was just witches versus warlocks. As long as those rules applied, and no names were shouted out, basically anyone could have entered this game and be like, I'm gonna substitute, I'm gonna tag out. And he said, Momo here is a witch, and she's on witch team. That is not a violation of the rules, correct? Because those are the rules that have actually been established. And Gambit actually thinks for a sec, is actually debating this at the moment. It's like, yes, that is true. We did mention that those rules, and it's like, didn't mention by name that who it had to be. Like, she is a witch. She's saying she's witch. So, and Kirikou is like, oh my God, Bandit, you can't be serious. Like, no way. Is this actually going to happen? And Gambit lets it go. The substitution will be allowed. And yeah, Maverick and Kirikou are just like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, how is that fair and everything? Like, just like a pension and children. But they did establish that was the rules, and it is legally allowed in accordance with the games, as the game will now continue. And Mirio says, like, I thought so. As long as the rules don't specifically forbid it, you can make an argument for anything, which is what she actually did, and he actually got it approved. So finally got something positive happening to them, as they go on and say, I may not. Before Mo says, I may not have the age to help Khan anymore, but I sure as hell can help Mirio. However, and Gambit says, however, this will be the only exception. No further player substitutions will be permitted. Team Witch has submitted the Dragon Familiar for the Transport Witch, Momo. I will. Oh my God! It literally does. She literally does the thing that's in that. Text-to-speech Emperor and Kitten play a children's card game, where if you see that video where the Emperor implements the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Into Kitten, and it's just like, bong, a hammer on head, like, day, you know, anything. Literally does the exact same thing here. It's like, I'll implement the game rules on your mind and link your energy with the medals, like, boom, there, you know everything about how this game actually works. And what was that? Just like, wait, what was that? Like, how do I know the... Okay, I guess we'll go with it. So after getting the rules implemented into her brain, Mirio asks Momo if she's okay, and Momo replies like, yes, I think I have a handle on what's going on here. And she says, boy, Ban did make a mess of things. She already used one and 7, like, basically chastising Ban for awful gameplay. And Mirio has no answer to this, because it's just like it's like, yeah, she's right in that regard. As we get into an insight on Momo's perception of the game, it's like, playing the same card as Mirio seems like the wisest plan, but we're forbidden from discussing that. Does Mirio have a plan? Like, basically figure out, like, okay, if I can figure out the same card that I can play as Mirio, maybe we do have a chance to win, but that's the thing, I cannot communicate with him. So does they have a chance? As we get round 4 of choosing the 4th card, and Mirio's like, all right, Mochi, let's win this and go home. You should come over and stay in our guest room. As Yeah, as this might be a bit of foreshadowing for like, is Momo gonna be entering the house? Although we need Nemu in the house. We need Nemu in the house. We need both. Maybe they'll share a room. Like, hey, they'll be roommates, Momo and Nemu. That would be an interesting dynamic to see, like, those two witches being in the same room as everyone. But yeah, maybe this is actually legitimate foreshadowing for what is about to happen when this arc is finally over and we're out of this whole situation. Gambit makes the declaration of like, hey, T-Witch, please refrain from needless chatter. Do it again, and you will be penalised. As Mira is like, oh, whoops, I'm sorry. Before Mo said he went out of his way to say that, and why the guest room when I stay over? It's in Nico's room. The empty room on the second floor is the guest room. Mira, we're going over like the structure of Morihito's household. So Morihito is in room 1, Nico and Ban are in room 2. Mira has room 3. Khan has room 4 and Keiko has room 5. The leftover room is room 6. But no, we need Nemu in the house. You cannot take that spot. Momo, I like you. You're an okay character, but Nemu deserves to be in the guest room. Nemu deserves to be in that house. Nemu deserves to be in that house. But I digress. Gambit says like, oh, reveal your cards as they both reveal 6s, and Maverick and Kariko reveal 5 as they're like, as Mira's like, finally, yes, I've got someone competent. Finally, we did it. This is great. This is great and everything. And yeah, I could just imagine like the look on their face, look on Maverick and Kariko's face, like, oh god, we done goofed up right now. We're gonna be hit so hard, so badly. So yeah, as this is going out, Gambit announces like, oh, Team Warlock 5, Team Witch 6, Team Witch wins. And yeah, they finally won something. As Miri says, yeah, we finally won a round. As Kariko and Maverick are just there like, oh god damn it, right, we were so close here, but there should be more intently in the mind like, why did we lose that round? We were so perfect, we were gonna win this, and then this whole thing had to come out, like we had to switch our teammates, like we got rid of that idiot dragon, and now we're just getting through that. Like, how could this happen? As we get Momo and Mirio's inner monologues of like, oh, the game master didn't say there was any cheating, and why would there be? Mirio used a code only someone in the Otagia house would know. That's it. Oh, that was what he was like. Oh, that was what he was referring to. It was like, oh, like the code was come and stay in the guest room, like, because Momo would know, like, guest room is 6, and that's what you got. Like, okay, so my theory about Momo coming into the house, no, that was just throw out where leaving space for Nemu, but no, the thing was that Mirio was like referring to the guest room, which is room 6. So that was basically him saying, pick card 6 because that's the card I'm gonna pick, because he probably knew like, okay, I need to do a secret code here, something that only Momo's gonna know. Like, what's the thing I'll pick up? Okay, there's 6 rooms now. Like, I've got to guide it side, get the number 6. So that's what he was going for here. But yeah, we'll probably get penalised if we try that again. But he's figured out how it would work, and yeah, he's figured out how to get around Gambit, and it's time for them to make a comeback, and that's where chapter ends. So yeah, really okay chops here. Getting the battles set up, like the continuation of the card battle and the transfer to Khan and Ban versus Dory, the Goliath Dory and the manager. So yeah, obviously I know where we go from here, but I'm not going to beat around the bush with like, theories. I think we're just going to dive right into it, get these last two chapters done, and then get them up hopefully tonight. If not, then definitely tomorrow, or possibly Saturday. Like, they'll be put up sometime this week. So just hold out for that. So yeah, we'll move in a few minutes straight onto chapter 252. But anyway, guys, what do you think of this particular chapter on its own? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.